job anymore. He's because of COVID.
Right.
He hasn't got a job, and he's trying to be a priest, but he doesn't know what he's doing. But he's got a bit of knowledge, but he's kind of like conning people. But he feels bad about it as well. Yeah. But then bare random stuff happened to him, man. Like it's yeah.
That took a nosedive, that did. Hello and welcome to T's Real Talk podcast. I just want to make a disclaimer right now. There is an issue with the audio after I recorded this episode. I have no idea how it happened, but apparently the volume of the podcast was very low as we were recording it. Technical difficulties, it happens to the best of us. So if you think it's your device or headphones, please do not worry. It's completely my fault. So if I were you, just increase the volume on your device and hopefully we will improve it in the next episode. My next guest is Gurjant Singh. What a person, what a filmmaker. He is a Wolverhampton filmmaker. He's a DoP director. He has worked on countless commercials, music videos, created short films, and is now currently writing his feature film, which is an amazing accomplishment. I'm glad to actually have him on the show because he's one of the most well-established filmmakers that I have ever met, and it was a great honor to have him on. So, without me taking your time, let's get into the episode. Alright, Gurj. So, you're perhaps the most infamous DOP in Birmingham and Wolverhampton. What would you say about that statement?
I'm not sure about that statement.
No, because I've followed you for quite a while, and I've known you for quite a few years, and seeing your work on, Twitter, or actually Instagram, Facebook, and just seeing what you're doing, it's quite amazing how fast you kind of went through the roof. And yeah, it's true, but what would you say is your main reason for getting as far as you have right now?
Just love, man. Passion and love.
Love and passion.
I know it's a very common thing to say, but yeah, it's definitely the passion and the love for making films and just telling a story.
All right, that's good, because at the end of the day, making films is not as easy as people make it out to be.
It's not all fun and games. It can be sometimes, but yeah, majority of the times it can be a lot of stress.
No, because I learned the hard way how hard it is to make a film, and also being yourself as a DOP and being a director as well, I'm sure you've came up with a lot of obstacles along the way throughout the years.
Yeah, quite a lot, to be fair. And one of the obstacles were actually they kind of forced me into being a DP, which is a bit weird. But I know, but like, yeah, that's actually the biggest truth. Now you're gonna be like, why and how?
Why and how? Yeah, exactly. But what would you say made you want to be a DOP in the first place? Because I'm sure that's not what a lot of people are thinking.
Yeah.
When they get into the industry.
Okay. For me, I'll be honest. I was very growing up. I wasn't great at anything, and I'm not just saying it. I actually felt there was a point where I was looking at a friend of a friend. He was very popular in school.
Yeah.
And he would be really good at doing everything. Like top set for everything in school. He would be really good at playing football. Just even like say stuff like literally everything. I'm complete like failure, man. Like, what the hell is this? This is back in like I think school times. But I always liked just taking pictures.
Right.
That's how we all started off. When I was a kid, and my dad gave me like I think it was a disposable camera. I think it was. I could be wrong. And he was like, "You look in this little hole viewfinder,
right?
And you press this button, and you get a picture." I'm like, okay. Back then, it was all film. There was no digital stuff then. I'm talking about 95, 6, 7 times, roughly around then. And I was so much in love with just clicking. I'm like, wow, I could take a picture just by clicking. That's amazing. This is great. But yeah, growing up, it was just pretty much like, okay, yeah, this is the norm now. Like, you know, everyone can take pictures. Digital video cameras come out, and you could take a picture, and yeah, cool. It wasn't like film, but I think for me, I always had that love for just capturing something. But then going to school and whatnot, I'm on about like secondary school. Kind of forgot about it and whatnot. I would always take pictures of my phone and whatever, but like always had that love and passion for it. But it was kind of like forgotten about, just in the back. Focus on your studies. That's what my mum and dad would always say. Focus on your studies. Focus on your studies. I was terrible at studying. Like
Same
I
here,
was
same here.
terrible.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I'd always be in like the lowest sets for pretty much everything. Like yeah, I wasn't great. And my mum and dad were pretty much fed up with me. Like they're like, yeah, just do something. Anyways, but then it came to like I think it was in sixth form, and I couldn't get into anything. As in like no subject would actually take me on because I was so bad. And then I jumped on. I was like media. I was like, okay, I like doing stuff like this. It's cool. Let me try this out. And from there, it was pretty much like, okay, this is not actually or just shooting and whatnot. A lot of theory based. I'm like, oh god, I hate this. This is actually so. So I never used to turn up. Never used to turn up for weeks. I used to Skype and never used to turn up to class. And one time, I remember it was there was a assignment that we had to finish off for next week. And the teacher was like, "Hey, we haven't seen you in a while." I was like, "Yeah. I've done all my work. Don't worry, I just haven't been turning up to class or whatever." They was like, "Okay, well, hopefully, we're looking forward to seeing your assignment next week." And it was meant to be like a promotional video about the school or something like that. And I was like, "Damn, what do I do?" Ended up shooting that on my phone and getting a really good grade. Yeah, within like no all handheld. It was an iPhone 4 back then, and
Oh.
yeah, it was 2011. I'm talking about. Shot everything on my phone, and I just got a really good grade. And it was pretty much from there. I was like, okay, I like this, and it didn't even feel like work. It just felt like it was all just fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, from there. But then I went to uni studying business management
Mm.
because my family were like, yeah, study business. They was like, what are you waste? Don't waste your time on media or whatever. Anyways, from there, done 2 years, dropped out. Spoke to my family. I don't want to do this. I want to do something in like photography or whatever, in media. Yeah. So 2013 started shooting weddings and whatnot for like 3 4 years. But then I went back to uni as well. I went
Mm.
to Wolves Uni and studied filmmaking there. So I was doing a bit. I was shooting a bit here and there, but then from like 2014, 2015, that's when I first started filming again, like kind of DSLR. And yeah, man, since then, like it's just been a roller coaster from then. But coming back to your original question, I don't know, I've been waffling on, but I had to just give some background information. Yeah, I started making films, actually like filming them myself because no one else would. Yeah, that's what it pretty much was. I had no contacts, no nothing. I wanted to make films, but I had no one to work with. I had
Ah.
no one, so I was like, what do I do? I need to film myself. So then yeah, and then I started because I loved it anyways. It was pretty. It was like second nature for me, just capturing stuff.
Mm.
So then I just started getting better and better, and then slowly started researching about what are cinema cameras, what's the difference, what's
Mm.
raw, what's this, what's this. Yeah, so from then pretty much started filming. So my obstacle was I want to make films, but there's no one to work with because I don't know anyone. Who do I go to? I can't go to some random guy. Hey man, yeah, it's different now though, and I've got a bunch of people now. It's
Yeah, you
different.
got a
But
massive network. I'll give
yeah,
you
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Every DOP has a preference on what camera they like to use or what kind of
okay.
look they go for.
Yeah, yeah.
What would you say is your preference, or what would you say is your kind of like motif as a DOP? Because I know you have a bunch of cameras. I know
Yeah.
you have a full on arsenal of kit.
Yes, I do.
But yeah, so what camera would you say is your
Um,
type?
every camera has a certain look. Yes,
Yeah.
but it depends on the project.
Mm.
Now, don't get me wrong. I love the look from the Alexa. It looks beautiful. It looks creamy. It looks smooth. But I wouldn't say I would use that for every shoot. There's certain shoots that need a different look, and yeah, you can achieve that in post, color grading and whatnot. But I think I'd always like to start off with, okay, what is the right tool? Just because an Alexa has got like the best image,
Mm.
but the Red has got a different look to it. More, let's say, if I was to shoot something a bit like a horror, or if I was to shoot something, say like a thriller, I'd go
Yeah.
with the Red. But if I want to shoot something like, say, About Time or Hope Gap or something like one of my favorite films, I'd go with the Harry Alexa.
Mm.
Yeah, so the tools are there, man, but they're for like different. You have a different purpose. That's what it is.
Yeah, for any filmmakers that are listening to this, I think the main thing they should take away from it is doesn't matter about the kit usually.
100, yeah, 100%,
But
100%.
but it's hypocritical for Gurj to say that because he's got everything.
No, the reason why is the, the reason why I do agree with that is because I, even till this day, I'll shoot on cameras that were released like 10 years ago, but I'd shoot a film on it
Yeah.
because I know I can pull it off. It's challenging, don't get me wrong. It's a lot more work, but I know I can pull it off. And if I think, yeah, this is like I shot a scene a few months ago. It was on the original Blackmagic pocket camera, the original one, and that camera's got a massive crop to it. But the look, the image is beautiful. It's so nice. I prefer that over the new the pocket, the 6K Pro, or whatever. I prefer the old original than that. That's my preference. I just feel like it's got a better look to it. But I shoot on that. That's like 10 years old. I could shoot on the Alexa every time or on the Red, but no.
Yeah.
I thought, yeah, for this, I think this is a better look. So yeah, it's not about it's not 100. It's not about your kit 100%. It's about what you know and how you can make it work.
So what would be your advice to someone who is starting out and they can't even afford a camera, for example, and they want to be
Okay, throw a
DoP?
scenario at me.
So
Go on.
let's say someone who is fresh out of college, going to university,
Okay.
and obviously sees that, okay, there's a lot of opportunities post university.
Okay.
How would they go about on working on either short films or feature films or talking to people if they can't afford a camera, for example, and they want to be a DOP?
Okay, they've got no budget and they can't afford a camera.
They can't afford a camera, they got
Okay.
no budget, and they have no idea what to do.
Have they got a smartphone?
They got a smartphone.
Cool. Shoot on your smartphone. And I know you're gonna be looking at me like, how are you saying shoot on your smartphone? I've shot stuff on my smartphone since 2011.
Yo.
2011, man. You know what I mean? My promotional video, it wasn't great. Like, if you look at it now, but I shot that on my iPhone 4. It didn't even shoot 1080p. Shot 720p. You know what I mean?
720p, you know.
720p, bro.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
There you go, 720p. And that was me. I've been there. I couldn't afford anything. Yeah, for my birthday, my family got me the iPhone.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, like, this is, like, okay, it was £400 back then, and that was massive. I was like, bloody hell, like, I was over the moon for weeks and weeks and weeks. But that was the first time something like that had happened. So I was like, okay, what have I got? I had 1 week left to shoot my assignment, yeah, and make my project. And I went to the kit store. Have we got any cameras or anything? No. Everything's been out for weeks. I'm like, for God's sake. Have we got any tripods? No. Nothing. Have we got any sound equipment? No. Nothing. I'm like, God, how do I do this? What have I got? Okay, I got my phone. I'm going to shoot on my phone.
Mm.
And I kind of made it work, and I got like a decent grade. I think I got like a merit on it. A merit is like a B or something. Yeah. Yeah, and the whole class was like, what camera did you use? What camera did you use? I was like, damn, if I tell them I use my phone, they're all going to be like, yeah. I was like, yeah, just my mate gave me his camera, so yeah. They go, oh, it's cool, man, it's so good. How did you get the footage so stable? I was like, yeah, I was just blagging it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it was just everything in post, stabilized it in post. You know what I mean? There weren't no LUTs back then to make it look cool, but yeah. It was working. But yeah, coming back to the original thing, I would say shoot on your phone. Go out and shoot something. You want to make a story, you want to go tell a story, and you think, okay, I want to do something. Go out and shoot a 1 minute story. Go out and shoot a 5 minute story. Go out and shoot a monologue of someone just talking.
Yeah.
do something. Because you sitting at home and thinking that you want to do something. Oh, I haven't got a camera or anything. Nah, just go out and shoot, man. Because that's your number one step going forward. You'll shoot, you'll meet people, you'll network, you'll get better and better and better and better. And it'll go from shooting on a phone to shooting on a cinema camera. If you put your heart into it and you put your soul into it.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest hurdle as a DOP?
The biggest hurdle, not knowing what needs to be shown. As in, say I've been on some films and the director, great people, but they have no idea what they actually want. They think they know what they want, but then they'll be like, yeah, we want this, we want that. And I'm like, that's not, you can't achieve that with what the budget that we've got and with the equipment that we've got. This was not planned before, you know what I mean? So I think actually knowing what you want to shoot through your director, that's, I think, my biggest hurdle would probably be that. Yeah, lights and all that, yeah, 100% I get it. But the number one basic rule is, okay, what's clear? The communication. Okay, this is what we want to achieve. This is how we're going to achieve it. Crystal clear. And I think a lot of people in pre-production don't really make that clear. So yeah, I've had a few of those where we've just had to wing it on set because no one knows what they want, and they think they can achieve something, but they can't. So they just need to be realistic about it.
Would you say that being a DOP, you have a certain budget to work with, and with that certain budget, you can achieve probably the best look you possibly can? Because I know some DOPs, they be given like maybe a couple of $100, and they can make a film look as cinematic as most films shot on like Arri Alexa camera, for example.
Yeah.
Would you say you're at the stage now that you can actually replicate those looks with those type of films?
You know, because we're so lucky, I'll tell you that much. Technology has come so far. You could, let's say, for example, if you want to make a film now, you could get a gimbal for £100. You could get a camera for, like, say, $250, like a Sony A63 or something. Let's say, for example, get a lens like a nifty 50 or whatever, or even a wide lens, 2 lenses. Let's say, for example, for like a couple of £100, and you could even get sound equipment, like, and you're good to go. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to shoot outside, you're okay with like, and you know how to bounce light or whatever, get a poly. You know what I mean? Polyboard or whatever, or like a bounce.
Yeah.
But if you want to shoot inside, you could even pick up LED lights for dirt cheap, man. For like £100, you can get 2. So I'm saying roughly, if you know where to start from, you could actually get everything under like £500. You know what I mean? And you could go shoot something that does log. You know what I mean? You can color grade it in post or whatnot. So I don't see why not. You know, you could make stuff look high end if you know what you're doing, but it's not even just if you know, but if you want to know what you want to achieve and what your goals are. Like when I started, I was like, okay, I want to have my Canon 5D Mark III look better than it is.
Yeah.
And I achieved it by researching, by shooting. That's what.
Yeah, because I've had that issue when I'm trying to create a short film or a music video, for example, and it's like a mental block. I think, okay, I do not have an Arri Alexa, so therefore I cannot make this short film, or I cannot make this music video. I do not have a Red, so therefore I cannot make it. I don't have a Sony, I cannot make it. I just got a mobile phone, and it's a bad place to put yourself in, because once you have that mindset, I'm guessing it's actually really, really bad, because what's gonna happen once you, like, you end up coming on a set, and they are shooting with cameras that you've never heard of. What are you gonna do then? You know what I mean? And that has always been my problem. I've always put myself in front of kit every time, and it's not about the creative side of things. It's always the kit for me, and it's bad. It does get genuinely bad.
Let me make one thing clear. The cheaper your camera is,
yeah,
the cheaper the equipment is. If you want a gimbal for your mirrorless camera,
yeah,
you can get one for £100, like a really old one, let's say £100, £200. Now, if you want a gimbal for the Arri Alexa, you ain't getting one because it doesn't fit on there. The minis do, yeah.
Yeah.
The Alexa Mini, yeah, 100%. But you ain't getting an Arri on a gimbal. There's no chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to either do track and doll or Steadicam. Now, Steadicam by itself, that's an art. Now, I know operators that charge between like £600 to £1,000 for a day.
That's basically my entire film budget gone down
There
the
you
drain.
go.
Thank you.
So you want to shoot? Okay, cool. Okay, let's say for example, you shoot. Let's say you find an Alexa, just randomly. Oh wow, I've just found an Alexa. I want to shoot films on it. Okay, cool. What lenses do I need? Oh, it's PL mount. Okay, let me see how much a PL mount lens costs. £2,000 is the cheapest on old lens. What the hell? Just one lens. What the hell? What's going on? Okay, cool. Is there an adapter for it? Yeah, adapter's £200. What? There you go. Even if you get an Alexa for free, you still gotta get a lens for it. You still gotta get NDs for it. You still have to get a Steadicam for it. You still have to get like a track and doll for it. All of these, everything that goes after is a lot more expensive. But now, if you found a Sony or a Canon camera, a mirrorless camera, you can you could get a lens for £50 and shoot on that. It's not going to be the best lens, yeah, but you can shoot on it.
But it's a lens, right?
It's a lens that can see what you do, yeah. But I'm saying, you know what I mean? So that whole mindset of, I haven't got an Arri, so I need to shoot. I can't get this look. Nah. You won't get the exact same look, 100%. You won't get a film look bang on, bro. Come on, man. They spend like a lot of the big budgets on films. Even like small budget films still got a lot of budget behind it for grading and, you know, like cameras and lenses. What they all matter, yes, but to where you are, you could shoot on a phone and make it look really cinematic and nice. So yeah, please get out of that mindset, Dave, please.
No, it's hard, man. I just see like everyone else having like all these pieces of kit. I'm like, oh my god, where am I?
I get it. For me, it's different though because I'll be honest, I spent all my money that I make back into a kit, and that's a bad thing. But I just got a love for cameras. I got a love for camera. I got I've got the Red Epic W 8K, and I shoot that for certain projects. But then that was like 22 grand. You know what I mean? But then now I picked up the Arri Alexa for like 5-6 grand, and I was like, wow, I'm actually shooting on an Arri. Yes, but it's not practical because I can do. It cost me a lot more money to then make it like to get steady, smooth footage on it. It costs, man. It definitely costs. So there's pros and cons for everything, man.
Yeah, I've got to get the mindset. It's not a good mindset. I'll be honest with you. It really isn't. But
100%.
But okay, let's talk about your other avenues of income or your.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me.
So you got your own clothing brand.
I do.
You got your own production company as well.
I don't know if you can see it. Oh, it is called Oi, and it's a hype word. It's a hype brand. It's like when you meet the lads, it's like, Oi, what's going on, people?
I had no idea what that meant. I just spelled it out. I'd say OYII.
No. So it's OYII, but we've spelled it in a bit of a quirky way, but it's actually a hype word. It's like, Oi, what's happening? When say something like I've had the top on and we're talking about something and my mates get gas or someone, they'll be like, they'll point towards my top and they'll be like, Oi. It's just one of those things, man. That's what it is. So yeah, man, the clothing brand, that's me, my sister, and she does the embroidery and whatnot, and a really good mate of ours, Omar, who's actually a writer as well. He writes feature
We're again
films.
in a second, actually.
Yeah.
And why did you create that brand? Like, what was the need behind it?
I just love simple clothes. I love simple clothes. I don't like over the top blingy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a very simple person when it comes to stuff like that. And yeah, I just wanted a clothing line for a very long time. That was just very simple. And you look at it and there's not. And another thing, I wanted it to be like, I always want to say something. You could point out something. You'd be like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" And that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I've seen the behind the scenes of your promotional shoots, and I always thought, okay, you know what, this looks really nice. I wonder who shoots it. Little did I know that the guy who actually created it is the one who's actually doing his BTS.
Yes. Me, because saving money, bro. That's how you save money. You know what I mean? That's how you do it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna plug Gurj if anyone wants to buy his shirt. Just DM him on Instagram.
Please,
or
it's
his account.
www.oi.co.uk.
There we go.
There you go. Love.
There we go. So his revenues
Oh,
will go
by
up.
the way, it's vegan as well.
Oh, okay. There we
Yes,
go. You
yes,
got like
yes,
100% vegan revenue coming in now. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, man.
And you got your own production company as well.
Yes, New Line Films. That is my production company.
And the name. What was the reasoning behind that name?
Oh, okay. So, for people that don't know me, I come from a Sikh background. So, the word lion is our surname, as in like for every Sikh, Singh means lion.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Singh actually means lion. Yeah.
Right.
Yes. So, we are given that name by a 10th guru, and so all of the men are lion. They represent like lions, and the ladies are core, and they represent princess.
Oh.
Core means princess, lion means sing.
Okay, you know, I learned something new today. I had no idea. Here's me thinking his
yes.
production name was just because of the fact that it just sounds really quirky.
Whoa, that's the bonus. It actually does. But then new, because that was something new for me to do.
Yeah.
I was just thinking. I was like, what do I want my production name to mean? Something New Lion Films. Films, obviously, and new. You know,
Actually,
that's what it is.
That's actually
and now
sick, guys.
now it's actually come. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. I like it.
That's actually insane. Now, talking about Omar as a screenwriter, what is he actually doing right now?
Me and Omar are working on my feature film. Yes.
Ew.
Yes, you. Yes, finally I've decided, you know what, it's time. I've made tons of short films, done ads, done music videos, but I've always wanted to make features. But I didn't want to just jump the gun and just be like, yeah, man, let's make a feature. Nah, it was the right time. Omar is a 2-time award-winning BBC writer, by the way.
Why am I finding all about this right now?
Yes. Basically, sorry. So Omar came to me regarding a project he wanted me to DP on, and we ended up becoming really good mates. And then COVID kicked in, and then his project just collapsed because the funding was pulled. Yeah, we were pretty sad about. But then it was like, nah, don't worry, man. Let's work on something. So I DP'd his first short film. He was very skeptical about it first. He was like, oh, I don't want to do it yet. It's not the right time. I was like, mate, just go out and make something. Come on. So we ended up shooting that. And then now it's been like 2 years since I've known him. And I spoke to him. I was like, hey, man, listen, I've had this idea for about 6 years, but I can't write. So what are you saying? You want to do this? And he's like, yeah, man, let's do it. I'm terrible at writing scripts. Terrible. So he's doing that. He's basically getting all my ideas. We sat down. We even went away to like London for like a night and like 2 days, just to get away and just to write and sit down. And we was up till like 3-4 in the morning, just writing ideas and just writing things down and how. Yeah, so that's what we're working on now. Obviously, Omar's got like a ton of other things to do anyways. Like he's got some other big projects on board, but I can't really mention those.
Fair
but
enough.
yeah, he's got some big boy stuff, man. Yeah, he's Omar Pervez is gonna blow up.
Let's hope so. I'm quite excited for that.
He's good, man. He's good.
So, in terms of your feature film, what is it called and what is it about? If we can talk about that.
Ooh, okay.
Without giving too much away.
Okay. I'm not gonna say what it's called yet, but it's a drama piece. It's about a son and his father. So
Right.
Father and son's relationship, and how the father doesn't understand his son and the son doesn't understand his father. But it's their journey of getting to know each other and that closure of, it's based on the Asian culture as well. Because like let's say from my old man, very hardworking guy. But when I told him about I want to make films, he was like, "What? What is this? What joke is this? Go, what are you? Why are you jumping out of uni for? Like,
Be a typical
You
Asian.
know what I mean?
Be a typical Asian.
No,
become
but
a
it's not
doctor.
like that. I think they obviously hope for the best and
Yeah.
they want the best for you. But when it comes to the creative side, they're just thinking we're just wasting our time. But now my mom and dad, they're very supportive and they can see what we're doing. But yeah, I kind of wanted to make something close to my heart. It's not based on my family or anything, but it's kind of based on like Asians and the culture and whatnot. And so that's what it is. But I will say one thing. There's a very, very. I'm actually really lucky to have this guy on board. I'm not going to mention who it is, but he's a very well known, established actor for the last 25, 30 years, and he is playing the father. Can't say who it is. Yeah, it's not.
Wait, do I know who it is?
You may know him, but he's pretty big in the UK.
Okay.
So that's all for now.
Right, so just
Yeah.
keep us in suspense. Okay, I see how it is. I like it. Okay then.
But if anyone's seen films like About Time, Hope Gap,
Okay.
it's kind of based on that kind of film. Like that's my favorite films in it. So it's based on those.
Yeah, it makes sense actually. Those
Yeah.
are good feel films if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah, heartfelt films, man.
like, I was watching a film like I wouldn't say kind of similar, but have you seen The Blind Side with Sandra Bullock? Came out 2009.
No.
That's an amazing film. It's about Michael Ower, so it's based on a true story essentially.
Yeah,
Michael Ower, who's basically a kid who's living in the bad neighborhoods, and he was taken away from his mother.
Okay.
And obviously he's a big lad. He's a big lad, and a family end up seeing him walking on the street, for example, and they end up bringing him into the house, and he stayed at the house for a few days, and he got so close with them they ended up adopting him,
Okay.
and he ended up becoming one of the NFL's main not quarterbacks, but he protects the blind side in NFL terms.
Okay.
But it's a really good, it's a good heartfelt film, and I like watching those type of films.
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
quite interesting. What are your aspirations for this feature film? What do you want it to achieve?
Ooh. Obviously worldwide success.
Yeah.
Nah, joke. Honestly, I just want people to watch this film and just take away something positive. Most of my short films, I'd say 90% of my short films have got a message behind it.
Yeah.
I like to give social messages, something that you watch and learn something at the end of it. That's just me as a filmmaker, as a storyteller. That's just me. And this film again, it's very close to my heart. I've been working on it since I was at uni. 2014. That's when it first came to me. So I want to basically give people a good message at the end of the film. And that's my number one thing. I'm not going to turn around and be like, yeah, man, I want it to blow up and be a massive success. That's not in my hands. All I can do is just make a good film, something that you can learn, and hopefully people like it and, take something away, positive.
That's good because I want to be able to work with you. We have worked before, by the way.
Yeah.
We worked before. It wasn't the best of experiences. Not because of us two.
No, 100%. We actually tried our best to make it work, but it was just bad vibes.
Yeah, so bad vibes.
Vibes.
Issues on set.
On set.
I know for a fact that when working on a film set, you have to have a cohesive type of environment that works well, and everyone who's working on that film needs to be able to get along with one another.
100%. But I think for that it was just, I would say the production side of things, the people that are managing the production, that was just they was promising something else and they were delivering something else, and it was very. It wasn't very organized, and then there was a lot of arguing. Not even between me and you. It was just like between them guys. I was like, bloody hell, this is a very.
It's too much drama right now.
Yeah, it's a very bad experience, man.
What made it even worse was we carried on, and
I think we should have stopped.
We should have stopped. We were at least more than halfway through the shoot.
Yep.
And we wanted to pull out. And it got to that stage where we were
I
like,
remember
you
you was like, "What should we do?" I was like, "I think we should leave."
know,
And you was like, "Yeah," because honestly, like, I just once the vibes go, it's very very hard to make a film come back and be good and successful, in my opinion. Anyways, I wouldn't say that's for everything, like big productions or whatever, because at the end of the day, they've got a lot of money pumped into there, but your vibes are a key thing.
yeah, I felt the same way. I was
You
like,
know what I
okay,
mean?
you
It's
know,
like,
I can't
oh
do this.
god, this is
And this was over about a couple of years ago as well. And
When
since
was-
then, that
when- 2019 was it?
December 2019.
Yep.
So it's been over 2 years now, and
Yeah.
and that film has not seen the light of day, and I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Which
no.
I kind of hope it doesn't, because it was just a bad experience. But anyway, going back to directing as well, what genres are you into? What genres do you prefer to shoot?
Oh, I love drama. I love drama. I love thrillers as well, but not the typical thrillers. It has to be very. Yeah, I do like thrillers. I say yeah. So I'm not a big fan of comedy, as in like it's very hard
Okay.
to. Yeah, it's very hard come on, man. Comedies are very very hard genre to crack, and kudos to people that do it, 100%, man. But for me, it's like, oh, I'm not very great at that, so I'm not gonna even bother attempting. I've done a comedy film, don't get me wrong, but that was a production company got in touch with me, and I was like, we want you to direct this film. Are you interested? Cool. Let me read it. Cool, safe. And then I was like, okay, I've never done a comedy before. Let me see. And because the script was already done, I changed a few little bits and bobs, but I made it work. And yeah, just gonna be honest now, that might be on Disney Plus,
Okay.
Hotstar.
Okay.
Yes.
I
That was a
forgot-
Disney film. Yeah.
I forgot to mention to anyone who's listening and watching, this man works does Disney Plus productions, and
Yeah.
he
Oh,
is
man.
not he's not humble about it. He wants everyone to know.
Honestly, the only reason why I mentioned that is because the fact that the big boys at Disney, they were like, yeah, we like the way that this is made. I was like, okay, cool. This is not my genre, man. This is not what I do, but fair enough, cool. So yeah.
And I'll be like, are you allowed to talk about which one it is, or what happens in it?
Oh, it's not in English. That's one thing. It's in Hindi.
Mm.
It's in Hindi, and it's about a guy that is trying to be a priest because he hasn't got a job anymore. He's because of COVID.
Right.
He hasn't got a job, and he's trying to be a priest, but he doesn't know what he's doing. But he's got a bit of knowledge, but he's kind of like conning people. But he feels bad about it as well. yeah. But then bare random stuff happened to him, man. Like it's yeah.
That took a
it's-
nosedive. That did.
I know.
I'll-
Not a direct con, but it was kind of a con. It's like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Yeah.
it's a bit like how can I say? It's a bit like liar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit like that. Kind of
Now I'm expecting
vibe I'm talking about. I'm not talking about
okay.
the story.
I was gonna say
know, yeah.
I'm expecting like an Indian Jim Carrey to basically just
And yeah, kind of.
just basically lie about everything that he does. Like, that'd be
He can't-
amazing to watch. That'd be insane to
Yeah,
watch.
he's kind of lying, but like, so, yeah, he's like when they have like say the when everyone's together and they're praying, they'll be like he'll say stuff like don't concentrate on what I'm saying, connect with God, stuff like that. Don't open your eyes. Make sure if you open your eyes, it's bad luck. All this kind of stuff. So he's just and he's just like and he's reading off his phone and stuff like.
Okay, you know what? I got to watch this. This actually sounds insane.
Yeah.
And for anyone who knows me, I am not actually big on Bollywood.
I'm not big on Bollywood, so I feel like it's very corny and whatnot. But I used to watch it when I was a kid. But yeah,
I actually can't get into Bollywood. Okay, I get it. They make a lot of money. They really do.
massive industry.
They actually have I think they pump almost more money than most Hollywood productions do.
Honestly,
You know what I
they're
mean?
insane. Look at the God. No, fair play to them, but I just feel like the films are just very. I watched a film. I think I can't remember what it's called. About 2 years ago. Sorry, after the first lockdown lifted, I went to Cineworld and watched a film. I knew it was gonna be rubbish because I heard the reviews were terrible. But I went to see it. I was like, this is something I'm not gonna do. So this is what you shouldn't do. So it's good to watch bad films as well because you know what you shouldn't do. So yeah, I watched that just for bands.
Yeah,
It wasn't good.
I would never work on a Bollywood film. That's just my preference. I just can't do it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've worked on Bollywood sets.
Yeah.
But that was one in my early days, like back in 2018. I did BTS for that film.
Photography or videography?
Both.
Ah.
Yeah, both.
And how would you get into, if anyone wants to get into like BTS stills or BTS videography, how would they
Ooh.
get that chance to do it?
You know what? That's so. I don't even know how to answer that because I got in by chance. I was doing, like I said, I was doing weddings for like 4 years. So in 2015, I think it was, happened to do a friend of mine's sister's wedding. So she's the bride, and I turned up to the house and oh, this is your house. He's like, yeah. Started chatting to him, cool, blah blah. He was like, what is this? What you want to do full time now? I was like, nah, man, I want to make films. He goes, okay. He goes, I know someone that is a producer on a Punjabi film. I was like, okay, cool. And he got in touch. He put us in touch and whatnot. And then from there, I kind of worked on my first Punjabi film.
Nice.
But I was just honest. I was like, I just really want to make films. I just want to learn. That's what I was just honest about it, man. But there were other like they were taking interviews. There was other guys that had more experience and yeah, worked on tons more films. But I was just honest. I was like, I really want to do this, and if I get this, I really would appreciate it. I was just honest about it. Yeah.
And would you say honesty is the reason why you got the job?
I kind of lied as well a little bit.
Liar.
A liar. No, the only thing I lied about was color grading. So I showed the guys what I've done. It was a uni project, and the guy was like, "This isn't color graded, is it?" I was like, "Oh, damn, what the hell does color grading mean?" I was like, "What the hell does color grading mean?" I was like, "Something about colors." I was like, okay. I was like, "Nah. The lecturer wanted this kind of look. That's why we went with this." And he goes, oh, okay, cool. I was like, what the hell? Got home, researched why he's color graded. I was like, oh, damn, I feel really bad. But yeah, that's the only thing I said. And I told him about it. We laugh about it now, but yeah, that's the only thing. Yeah.
Well, looking back at it now,
White lie.
Yeah, one line that actually changed your life in the industry, man.
Honestly,
it got you a job.
That one gig got me far. I'll be honest. I was on set. I was working part time. For National Express, I used to drive buses. By the way, yes, yeah, that's another thing. I used to drive buses while I was at uni, part time, and I went back to. I was on the film for a month, and I went back to work, and I was like, I can't do this. I can't sit in a cab, man. Just talk to no one. Like, I've been having jokes. I've been having filming stuff. I've been creative for the last month, and I'm just sitting in a cab. No, I can't do this. I need to. Yeah. So yeah. Eventually, I left the National Express. They were really good to me though. So
yeah,
yeah.
I can't deny that. I guess.
Me, yeah. And one thing, my feature film may have National Express involved. That's the only thing I'll say. Yeah.
That's the sponsorships we're talking about now. Eh?
So they may have National Express on board. So yep.
That's quite cool, guys. So, aside from making a feature film, how many films would you say you have made over the years?
Oh God. My films will have a DP done or what? Like
everything that you directed and DP'd.
I'd say about. No, I'm not bragging or anything. Not bragging. I probably made about 25, maybe 30 films. Short films.
Yeah, he's bragging. Yeah, I can see in his eyes. I can see the glimmer
of
narcissism in his eyes.
No. It's no. Honestly, my films are very, very short. Just to let you know, I would make. Let's say if I think of an idea now, it will be made by next week. I'd make it. I don't give a what happens. It'll be done by next week. As in, that's just me. Not recently now because I've kind of like I'm backing off a bit of short films. I do still do short films. Like I was on a phone call earlier today, and it was another production company. That was like, yeah, okay, we want you to come on board as a director. We're looking for a cinematographer as well. I was like, okay, cool. There was like, we've heard that you do some DP stuff as well. I was like, yeah, I do. But if you can get someone else on board as a DP, that'll be better. But I wouldn't mind doing both. Sometimes, yeah, I've done a lot of DP and director stuff together. It's not what I want to do now, but it's definitely been done, and I still would do it here and there.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So, but now I've been really, really low. But my short films, like I said before, they're very small. They're like 5 minutes long. So I've in 2019, I think I made about 12, 15 films just alone in 2019.
Damn.
Yeah.
would you say that if you want to become a better DOP or director, you have to make stuff, don't you?
Just go and shoot, man. Trust me, go and shoot. You'll learn every time you shoot. I still learn. I'm still learning.
Yeah, because for people who haven't made that many things like myself, but even though I talk about film a lot, everybody who knows me, I love talking about film. I talk about all types of films which are coming out that have been released and just give like reviews on them or give my opinions. But I haven't made as many as I should have. I've worked on a lot of films, but I'm actually afraid of making my own because you know the one thing.
Yeah, go and shoot.
Yeah,
go do something.
Now the one thing that always comes back down is it gonna be good?
My first film, short film, is called Bigger Picture. You can find it on YouTube. Terrible. Lighting's terrible. Cinematography's terrible. Sound isn't great. The editing isn't great. Locations isn't great. But I've done it. I made it.
Yeah.
And people were like around me. They was like, "You made a film?" Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, I made it, man." They watched it. I was like, "Fair play to you, man. Like, it's a film." And then looking back at it now, I watched it yesterday. I was like, "Oh my god, what we're doing?"
But it's something to look back on.
Guess what? I don't know about the people that filmmakers that I didn't even know what frames I was shooting in.
Oh,
I was
God.
shooting in 60 frames per second. 60 frames. I should be shooting in 24. I was doing in 60, and my mate was like, "Why does it look so weird for?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know why." I didn't shoot it in log. I just shot it in standard profile.
Okay.
Yes. The lighting was just, there was no depth to it. Everything was overexposed inside the house and whatnot. Oh, God, but yeah, fair enough. It was my first attempt.
Hey, it's an attempt. It's an attempt. You learn something new from me.
And that I'll be honest, I only done that film. It was pure anger, by the way.
Oh God.
Yeah, it was anger led. I got kicked off 2 projects in one day.
Oh.
Yes, and about 2 weeks before that, I left another production. They were doing a Netflix series. I don't think it ever made it released or anything. And I was really, really gassed about that. But they were treating me really bad, basically. I was meant to be a third AD, and they were just giving me stuff like driver's roles to do. Like, I'll go and pick so-and-so up, go and pick so-and-so. What am I doing? Like, what the hell is this? Go and get lunch and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, like, I thought I was meant to be looking after talent and stuff. They was like, nah.
So you're third AD, but doing a runner's job.
Basically, yeah. And I was like, what the hell? Anyways, long story short, the main guy turned around and said to me, "If I tell you to go and get the bins, empty the bins, you do that."
That's location's jobs. That's not your job.
And I was like, "I'm going. I'm sorry. I can't be treated like this." And just to prove a point to myself and to them, I was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna make stuff." And that's what happened.
now look at you.
No, nothing. Even,
okay, everyone. One thing we learned from this is, if you want to get big in the industry, make sure you're angry. Make sure you're angry and you hate everyone.
Don't be angry. I'm a very. I like to have a laugh and a joke, and that's just my personality. Don't get me wrong. I could be a bit grumpy sometimes because I'm just always thinking about work. But yeah, for that I was like, "What? Can you not just treat me like just a human? Like, what's going on, man? I'm not. Come on, man." But yeah, so that's what it was. It was just pretty much like it was out of anger and to prove a point. Yeah.
Well, at least you did it.
Yeah, and I'm grateful. I'm honestly grateful. I'm really, people that helped me out, really, really grateful. And from there, I was just like, how do I make films? Just want to keep making films. Honestly, I think most of 2018, 2019, I just spent majority more. So I'd get shoots, I'd get paid for them, and then I'd spend that money on making my short films.
Mad.
And my parents were like, "What are you doing? You're not making anything on this?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm building a profile." Okay, how many films? I don't know. I just need to build stuff. So yeah.
And you have fair play. You actually have as well.
Yeah, I ended up shooting quite a bit.
So what's next for you then? After everything, once your feature film is done, what's your main goal at the end of the day? Just before we wrap up.
I want to continue making features and continue telling stories. And I'll be honest, I really want to help someone that's coming on board. So like, thank you for having me on here, because if anyone wants to make stuff, I'd love to just guide them a bit. I'm still learning myself as well, but anything that I know, any knowledge that I've had for the last 8-9 years, yeah, here you go, take it.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm the age right now in which where you started about 5 years ago or something.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 25 now.
You're 20? Yeah. I was. Yeah, it's 20. Yeah. I was like roughly 24, 25 when I first started like looking into I want to make films, and then slowly. That's what.
I have hope. I have now have hope, knowing the fact that I can make it
Yes.
if I'm 25.
Yes. I'm 30 now, so
Yeah.
yeah, man. But 100%, you'll make it, man. Tabe, you're very, very passionate about films, so you know you definitely make it.
Yeah, well, say that to my mum and dad, didn't
No, don't worry. I'll come into but yeah, man.
So what would be the last word of advice you'd give someone who wants to make films or work in the film industry as a director or DOP? What would you recommend them to do?
Build your portfolio. Why should anyone come to you when it comes to making films, music videos, adverts, anything? Why? Show them something. Show them that you're capable, that you can be trusted with their project because you've got a catalogue of stuff. Make stuff. Don't worry about if it's going to be good or bad. You make bad stuff, you learn. Don't worry about it. Just go and shoot stuff. Go and shoot on your smartphone. God's sake. God, just make it. Just make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, save some money, like, and just buy a cheap camera and learn about your camera. How can you get the best out of your camera? Just go make stuff, man. And keep making it.
Alright, you know what? I just feel like that's directly.
It's a dig towards you, mate.
He is looking straight into my eyes as he was saying.
Looking into your soul and saying, make stuff, dude. No, honestly, that's my advice. And yeah.
Alright, good. I appreciate you coming onto my show. If anyone wants to actually follow him, obviously he's on social media, on Instagram. He's on Facebook. Would you like to say your handles?
Yeah, it's just one handle for all my socials. It's Gurjant Singh Films. So it's GURJANT Singh Films.
And
that's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok as well now.
Oh, you moved to TikTok now?
Yeah, no. As in, like, I'm just trying to see what TikTok's all about. I kind of hate TikTok, though.
Fair enough.
But it's just a lot of people waste a lot of time on there. My mum and dad are on it. I'm like, oh, God, stop it. But I'm on TikTok as well now, and on YouTube it's the same as well. You know, I've recently started my YouTube channel, so yeah, it would be nice if you guys can check that out as well.
All right then. So thank you for coming on, and
thank you for having me.
You know, I needed to get someone who's high profile onto the show, and I surprisingly did somehow. But hey,
yeah, I appreciate it, man. A lot of love.
Thank you very much to Gurjant Singh for joining me on my podcast. You can follow him on social media, Twitter, Instagram, at Gurjant Singh Films. Like I said, he's a very well-established DOP director. I cannot wait to see his feature film in the upcoming months. Good luck to him. Thank you very much for listening to my podcast, and I will see you very soon in the next episode.